Welcome to the 2025 NFL Mock Draft live from the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Hey, we've got Biggs on the scene on Radio Row right now, and we can't hold back any longer. We got to get another mock draft in. We're here with The Uncovered, a brand new channel covering all 32 NFL teams. If you guys have a team that you want to rock with, let us know. We got Biggs, Chev. How you fellas doing?
Fantastic. If I was any better, I would be twins, boss.
I'm just sitting here at work at the convention center in New Orleans. Got to meet Ian Rappaport. Trying to line up an interview with Rich Gannon a little bit later for my Raiders show. It's free wings, free Lambo cheese curds, but you know, I got to sacrifice for the people, you know.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you gotta eat cheese curds as a sacrifice, I feel like you won.
From Lambeau Field.
From Lambeau Field. Wait, so did they like freeze dry them and ship them down there? How does that work? We don't have to get into that right now. My bad. Not that I might be interested in like.
Biggs has no idea. He's just gonna eat it and be happy.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, if you can figure out that process though, just let me know.
Boom.
Yes, sir. Well, look at here. We got a 2-round mock draft lined up for you guys. So, we're gonna represent all 32 teams here today. So, Chev, he covers the Titans for us. You're definitely going to cover Titans here. You're going to get the number 1 pick. That's without asking. And Big, since you're the Raiders guy, we're going to lock you into 6. I'm at 12 with the Cowboys. So we'll just go. We'll figure out the order from there. But we'll start with Chev here. All right. No trades. We got 2 rounds. Chev is on the clock.
I'm locked in, and I've been locked in, and I said it, and I'll say it again. Give me Travis
Shedeur Sanders.
Give me Travis Hunter. Put the pick in. Call the commissioner. Put the pick in right now.
Ooh. All right, Travis Hunter with the 101. I've got the Cleveland Browns, and I don't care, man. I'm excited. You got the trade rumors right now. Myles Garrett, not a rumor. He's asking for a trade, and he deserves a chance to win. So this team has a big need opening up at the edge position. So we're going with Abdul Carter. The next Mike Parsons out of Penn State.
Yeah, we're number 11. Stud.
If that's the way that it happens, I'm sure that the New York Giants will be absolutely out of their minds elated. But I'm not so sure that with Deshaun Watson and his situation looming and the fact that their go-to is DTR, the Browns wouldn't take Cam Ward there if Tennessee decided to pass.
It's your turn to make a pick. So, I left them for you. How about that?
On behalf of the New York Giants, I select me. No, if Cam Ward's available at 3, the Giants are taking Ward.
Let's go, Cam Ward. And, Chev, we're going to have you in with the next pick. You're going to be the Patriots here.
With the 4th pick, this seems pretty obvious. I've seen some talk about the Patriots taking, Will Campbell this high, but I'm not going to big brain it. We're going to get our rookie quarterback a weapon, Braves, just so you can play action and throw him the ball 6 times a game like you did A.J. Brown. We're going to give Drake May Ted McMillan, wide receiver from Arizona.
Ooh, okay. Wide receiver at number 4 here. Let's go. Hey, Patriots need a weapon. All right, so I've got the Jags and Trevor Lawrence. I think he could absolutely use some help. He's got himself a Brian Thomas Jr. already, but he couldn't stay healthy himself, Trevor Lawrence, that is. So I'm going to go ahead, take the first offensive lineman, and I've been liking watching Will Campbell because sometimes you watch other guys' tape, and Will Campbell, the guys can barely get through this dude. So going to go Will Campbell, tackle out of LSU.
Love that.
It's a good pick. I'm hoping he lasts till 6. I feel like he can, simply because there are a couple of quarterbacks that are going to be taken within the top 5, but I could be wrong. The Raiders with the number 6 pick, we're going to go ahead and grab Kelvin Banks Jr.
Ooh, very nice.
Now, and I mean, we could absolutely like flip those. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Now, over the last couple of days, the Raiders really changed their calculus. They hired Chip Kelly as their offensive coordinator, who is coming off a national championship win as the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. He did spend quite a bit of time with Will Howard, Travion Henderson, and Quinshon Judkins. Opening up the Dayton O'Connell is in house. There's a free agency period coming up in which Sam Darnold is a candidate. and the possibility of reuniting Pete Carroll and Geno Smith is out there, I don't think the Raiders are desperate to take Shedeur Sanders at the number 6 because there are plenty of other options. So team building, we're going to shore up that offensive line, and Banks is perfect.
Nice. All right, Chev, you're up. Jets on the clock. They're kind of QB needy too, man. But let us know who you're taking here.
I'm going to bet that Aaron Glenn sees enough in Aaron Rodgers, and he sees enough out of this team to say, hey, we're a couple of culture guys. We're a couple of building blocks away. And I can't believe I thought Mason Graham was going to go in the top 5, but I just see a dynamic duo with him and Quinnen Williams in the middle. So I'm going to take Mason Graham to the Jets. I almost went Will Johnson there because Aaron Glenn is a corner, but I mean, Mason Graham is one of my favorite players to watch. He's just an absolute unit at defensive tackle. So yeah, I'm gonna take Mason Graham.
Love it, man. Awesome. All right, so I'll go ahead, make this pick, and you got the Carolina Panthers here, who absolutely could use all kind of help. All right.
I mean, yeah.
I'm looking right at the wide receiver position. You've got a 35-ish-year-old Adam Thielen as your lead receiver multiple seasons in a row. You've traded away 2 receivers back-to-back in the past month of the season. You've invested highly in running back. So I'm going to go away from that position. And I'm taking one quick look at the offensive line. I do like Josh Simmons there if he's healthy. But I just think you got to get Bryce some weapons. I'm thinking maybe they get a T. Higgins. It's just T. Higgins may want to choose a place he can have a chance to keep winning like he was doing with the Bengals. So for me, I want to take a guy that fits the approach of the actual team. I'm going to go Josh Simmons here. All right. This is a team that as soon as Dave Canales got in there, he started building an identity around the run game. He wants to limit Bryce Young, I think. So we're going to get him some protection, make sure Chuba can run. Maybe Brooks comes back one year and he's behind this line too. But this is the perfect thing to help Bryce Young just keep staying alive, getting some time, and keep cooking.
Well, yeah. No question about that.
Go ahead, Biggs. You got this.
All right. Saints go BPA with Will Johnson.
Boom.
I like that. Especially
and
with the
Chicago.
The uncertainty with Paulson Adebo snapping his femur last year, and no more Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
Correct. And also their propensity at defense to be a sieve. And Chicago's going to take a chance.
Okay.
And grab Mike Green.
Ooh. Dang, I thought he was going to fall. I was watching some tape on him this morning. Dang it. All right. All the Cowboys love Mike Green.
He absolutely destroyed the Senior Bowl.
Love it. Great pick. So, Chef, what do the Niners do here?
The Niners are going to take I feel like they're going to go offensive line. Can you pull up the O-line?
Sir.
This is going to seem like a reach, but I think they're going to go with a guy who also had a very strong Senior Bowl in Gray Zabel.
Oh, check out Chef's episode where he does a breakdown of Gray Zabel. Got some graphics of them. You can see how he sizes up. Isn't he a little bit undersized? Is that correct?
A little bit undersized. I think he comes in at 6'4", 316 pounds.
He is not undersized.
Okay.
So yeah, Biggs got to see him live up close and in person, and that, I'm not gonna lie, that shaped a little bit of how I felt about him. And watching the one-on-ones and just how nasty he was, and his transition from taking reps at tackle to being able to anchor against the bull rush, even at his lighter weight. And one thing that I said that we needed to start paying attention to is North Dakota State offensive linemen, because there's a few guys in the league and they've panned out fairly well. Like we have one right now, Dylan Raduns. So yeah, I think this is going to be, he's going to, with a strong combine, this guy's going to get into the first round easily. And the 49ers have a need at offensive line.
Cody Malk from Tampa Bay.
That's right.
That dude lit up the Senior Bowl last year. I did have a chance to interview Gray Zabel, and he was phenomenal. He talked about flipping a switch to get nasty, because he's just a nice, milk-fed Plains boy, and you get that impression when you talk to him. He's just nice and reserved and soft-spoken. But then when you watch his reps, he's like, I told him he reminds me of Trevor Penning, just nasty, just violent and hurtful. Like he's trying to plaster people into the ground. And he was like, yeah, I got that switch. I love that pick.
Yeah, great pick, man. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm up with this next pick. Who are the Dallas Cowboys going to select? You wonder. I just did a mock of my own, and we did three.
We can move on because everybody and their grandmother knows this one.
Wanted to quickly say, guys, hey, if you're looking to rep one of your teams, here's some of the teams that we've got available that we want to get some coverage for. We got Bills, Dolphins, Chargers, Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Texans, Colts, Bears, Lions, Packers, Niners, Rams, Giants, Eagles, Falcons, Saints, Panthers, and Buccaneers. So if you've got any interest in supporting your team, let us know. And I think we contact you, right, Biggs?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I am a recruiter.
All right.
But before we get to your pick.
Okay.
At Big Boned at FFB. Before we get to your pick, DFK, I want to talk real quickly about this running back class. So everybody can see in my description, whatever, I'm a Lan Larison fan. Lan Larison has a Will Shipley kind of profile. He's got a 4th round ceiling and a UDFA floor. But the guy is one of the most productive running backs that we've seen in FCS or FBS football in a long, long time. And he's 6 feet, 215 pounds. He absolutely fits the profile. And the reason that I say that is because this man, who had an opportunity to play in FBS football, but chose to stay with the coaching staff at UC Davis that he did, definitely can be successful in the NFL. And he's not even in the top 15 discussion. Now, Ashton Jeanty is absolutely the consensus number 1 running back. And there is no team in the NFL that needs a RB1 more than the Dallas Cowboys. But you're going to have running backs later on that are starting quality, are RB1 quality. They're maybe not the consensus number 1 of this class, but they will be productive as top 10 running backs at the NFL level. So what if Jerry did it again and lets Jeanty go? Who would the Cowboys be picking if they weren't going to take Jeanty?
And you think it's Lan Larison, huh?
No. That's not what I'm saying. But that was only to illustrate how deep the running back class is.
Oh, I'm
saying
crazy deep. Yeah.
Are they going to, like, Tyler Warren's there? Will they, like, try and replace Jake Ferguson? You got a couple of wide receivers. Malachi Starks would look great in that defense. James Pierce at opposite Micah Parsons. Like, what could the Cowboys do besides going with Jeanty? Because let's face it, you take a running back this early, that's a huge investment in both draft capital and contract. That's not necessarily the environment of the NFL. But it's such a no-brainer that everybody thinks the Cowboys are going to do it. And what does Jerry do? He zags when everybody else is zigging.
And he absolutely zagged last year in the 2024 draft class by taking no running back. And I think you're right. There's a lot that we could do with this pick. We've got plenty of other needs, plenty even beyond what I'm saying. There's so many guys that are not even being re-signed. It's kind of a completely new era. And it's still a high pick that I was messing around. If you trade back to in the 18 range, that's kind of where my cutoff is. Like, you might luck into an Emeka Ibuka, who I ended up taking at 12 at one spot. But I absolutely agree with you, man. There's just so many other backs. Like, take a look at this list, and I'm sure people appreciate Cowboys getting the most shine, the most time on the clock. Like, where's the dinger at?
But your pick expired, and you picked.
And Biggs already left. Hey. Before I make my pick, I'll just flash this real quick graphic. Y'all gave me so much time I could pull up this graphic of your boy Gray Zabel that I made for the show. 6'5",
definitely not 240.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, give us an update on one of your next episodes. But
sure.
I'm gonna. I agree. I agree with him. Right. But you guys basically took the tackles, right, that I wanted. Zabel is now on my radar as of yesterday of editing your show. But, Membu is a guy that I traded back and was able to get Membu, but I wasn't wanting to take Membu here.
Membu scares me just because of the reps I saw, like the one-on-ones. Obviously, one-on-ones aren't the end-all, be-all, but I just seen him. I saw him lose against power way more than I would be comfortable with.
Yeah. All right. So since Biggs is back, I'm gonna stop stalling and make the pick. Yeah, for me, it comes down to Emeka Buka or Ashton Genty. With me saying that, any final thoughts on Emeka Buka at this spot?
I think he's one of the most. I would say he's the most complete receiver in the draft. I don't think that he has a Malik Neighbors S ceiling, but I see a lot of like a blend of. He's got sneaky speed, like Terry McLaurin was a 4.3 guy, and a blend of that type of athleticism with, and we know Ohio State's known for producing fast guys, and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Like it's a blend, and I think that he's going to be. I mean, he's going to be excellent. So yeah, with all that, go ahead and draft Ashton Genty.
Yep,
Yeah,
I got Genty. Cowboys Nation is not mad at me. Thank you. I avoided another hateful comment section. So all right, with that, Chev, you are the Miami Dolphins here. You give me a Miami vibe for some reason, but I know you're on that East Coast. So let me know who the Dolphins taking here.
Oh, first of all, I'm in the Walmart capital of the world. I am in Northwest Arkansas, and I'm gonna take with this pick right here. I'm taking Walter Nolan,
Sweet
defensive tackle out of Ole Miss.
Boom, the pick is in, making up
they
some
have
ground.
to replace. Yeah, they've got to replace Christian Wilkins. That that defense isn't missing. Like Chop Robinson combined with Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan was the only player in Travis Hunter's class ranked ahead of Travis Hunter. And he's put it all on film, and he was dominant this week at the Senior Bowl. I think this is a guy who's going to be a perennial like 8 to 12 sack guy from the interior. And yeah, I'd be really excited about Walter Nolan right there.
All right, the pick is in, Walter Nolan, and for the Colts at pick number 14. I mean, I want to just not. I wish I didn't have to make this pick because I keep seeing Tyler Warren go here.
And I hate it so much
because don't they keep taking tight ends, and they had like a Jelani Woods, or first they have like the most tight ends in the league anyway, like all these guys.
Right. They've got like 4 guys, and none of them are a guy.
Yeah, although I like him, they've got weapons on offense. I feel like offense, it's more just Anthony Richardson, like
right.
Kind of a quarterback situation. Oh no. Let me just do a quick look ahead. I think this might be potential quarterback spot.
That's nasty work.
I know these guys want to give a little more time, so I'm gonna go defense here. I like James Pierce Jr. I think he's a good athlete, and he's got really good explosiveness on the edge, and he's able to kind of cook through, swim into the middle. I did a film breakdown on the Uncovered Network earlier past year. So let's go ahead and take him here with the 14th pick. Who you got at 15 for the Atlanta Falcons?
I'm gonna go with Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame.
All right. 71 PFF grade this year, 79, 77 the years before.
So he does have some injury concerns, but I watched him in 2024, or I guess 2023 going into 2024. I watched him play basically, as good of a game as you could play against Marvin Harrison Jr. So that's a guy that's been on my radar for a while. I think once if he's healthy and the medicals come back, I think that's a smash spot for him.
All right, we'll keep it moving. Cardinals here. Looks like they've got a lot of offensive line need. I'm not a guy who likes to force offensive line. It's got to be a good fit, but I do like Membu. I think I would still be willing to take him there. But sometimes you got to go BPA. Oh, but hey, Biggs is back, so I do want to let Biggs take this pick. So Biggs, you're on the clock. Arizona Cardinals, pick 16. Currently showing needs for guard, tackle, and D-line. The BPA has Malachi Starks, Luther Burden, Tyler Warren, Emeka Buka, Micah Williams.
I mean, you got to go with Malachi Starks.
That's exactly what I was about to take. Boom.
If I'm a GM and somebody falls that far,
yeah,
absolutely.
Well, somebody has fallen that far.
I do have something breaking.
Uh-oh.
There's a possibility that we will have a special guest to make a pick for me.
Let's see it. All right, let us know whenever you're ready. All right, so and if they're a Bengals fan, now's the time because the Bengals are on the clock and
they are a Commanders fan.
All right, even better. So we're taking Emeka Ibuka here. That's my wide receiver too, and
for the Bengals.
For the Bengals to replace T. Higgins.
Okay.
I know they need defense. I just don't think they're going to sign a wide receiver to replace him. And the working formula for this team that has gotten them to the Super Bowl is the offense. You don't try to just, now we have to get the defense. You don't overcorrect. You need to still lean into what Joe Burrow's greatness is with Jamar Chase. I'm going to Emeka Ibuka here. Staying in Ohio.
I mean, that makes sense. Proximity, yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Chev's on the clock. Seahawks.
I'm on the clock with the Seahawks. Okay. I'm going to go.
Can I go?
Yeah. Go. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You take this one. Biggs? Well,
he's just messing with this. Are you on the clock, Biggs?
With the 18th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks make themselves a force to be reckoned with and take Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State.
Ooh.
Stop the slide. 91 PFF grade. He's an absolute weapon. One of the most yak of any player in this class. Love to see it.
I saw a tweet today that NFL scouts, according to sources, are saying that he's every bit as good as Brock Bowers.
I have a hard time disagreeing with that, although Brock Bowers broke out as a true freshman.
Won 2 titles.
Yeah. Like that. Like what he put on film is unbelievable. Don't hear what I'm not saying. Correct. But it just oh man. That's high praise. That's really, really high praise.
I love it. Oh man. Okay, so Tyler Warren is gone. The Bucks are up. Chev, you want this pick?
Yes, I absolutely want this pick. I'm gonna go with Jihad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama.
All right. Yeah. First linebacker off the board.
Yeah, Levante David's getting a little bit long in the tooth. Jihad Campbell was the leader for Alabama's defense this year. I think that he's a guy who's honestly going to end up being a better pro than he was even at the collegiate level. I love his tools, and he's going to spend a year learning from one of the best linebackers of this generation, probably a guy that's going to be all decade. And I think that this is this fills a need. This year they were porous on defense because of all the injuries in the secondary, but also I think that will linebacker spot that was vacated by Devin White, you needed a guy there. KJ Britt wasn't it. So I'm going to go with Jihad Campbell here.
Love it. All right. So the Denver Broncos are up. Giving Biggs about 10 seconds. If you want to do your division rival Broncos, you want to make the pick? You've got Chargers coming up here in a little bit too. All right. Who do you got for the Broncos?
That's not fair.
Oh, my bad. Not fair. Hey, they got some work to do.
It would be best if I don't make the AFC West picks.
All right. I respect it. So I think here I'm willing to take Luther Burden. You know that you got a quarterback now. If your top receiver is potentially leaving or trying to get another contract in Cortland Sutton / Marvin Mims is just not a he was great at the end of the season, but it's just you need to shore up this receiver situation. We're going Luther Burden for the Broncos.
Okay. I like that a lot.
Steelers. How about you take this one then, Biggs?
If he doesn't take it, I will gladly take it.
Go for it, and then I'll go to the Chargers.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go with Kenneth Grant out of Michigan.
That's who I was going to take anyway.
Sweet.
Cam Hayward's getting older.
Yes. So you go ahead and you get the young bull in the building with the old sturdy Hall of Fame, just super reliable, very similar body types. I think he'll be able to learn a lot from Cam Hayward and the way that he approaches and how to be a pro early. And I think that, just his athleticism. I mean, you saw that play where he ran down Katron Allen in 2023, and he flashed again in 2024. Their offense was just so poor that they didn't have a bunch of big spotlight games, but in the big games, he was a factor. So yeah, love Kenneth Grant in that position. I snatched that one, Biggs. I apologize.
Love it. I'll go ahead and do the Chargers. I'm gonna go BPA here. I think they still need some edge help. They're a little bit older, I think, on that front. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get them a little bit of help, and then this team will probably address running back in the next round, something like that, or receiver in the next round. I think if I had to guess, they go receiver round 2, running back round 3, and then go ahead.
I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. There's so much running back depth that like guys that if this was a shallow class, I could see them reaching for a running back, but there's no need to do that here.
Yeah, they have great linemen, and when your identity is running the ball, and you're also willing to take on the discarded Ravens backfield of J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, that means you're not too worried about just trying to find star power. You're trying to get guys that know how to play, know how to block and protect Justin Herbert, because that's the guy who's always injured. That's why I was thinking about Mimbu here, but they've been going tackle or line a lot, so get them some defensive help here because they're not really high scoring games. For the Chargers.
No, not even a little bit.
Packers. This is interesting that they've got wide receiver as a need when people a lot of times think of them as always being ahead of the curve on wide receiver, but we're probably going in a different direction. Well, I don't know. I don't speak for you. You make this pick, Chef. Let us know what the Packers are cooking up.
All right, so this is hilarious because I just literally hung up from one of my buddies whose brother is a huge Packers fan, and I said, I think that this has got Shamar Stewart written all over it.
Boom.
And I I didn't realize that he was at the top of the board. People are going to see this and think that I'm just picking the best player, like the guy at the top of the queue. But I love trench work. If you watch Uncovered with the Titans, you'll know that. I talked about that ad nauseum on our first episode on the new network. But I think that this guy earned himself a ton of money. I think that he's a JPP, Michael Strahan, Cam Jordan, true 4-3 edge type of guy. And I think that even in Joe Hafley's defense, he's going to fit in. Putting him next to a guy like Devontae Wyatt with Kenny Clark in the middle and Rashawn Gary on the edge in the NFC North, where you've got just stout running games. You know that Ben Johnson's gonna shore up that Chicago running game. You know that they're going to try to run the ball in Detroit. And those are the two teams that you've got to build your team to be better than if you want to have any sort of postseason success. And what Saquon Barkley just did to them on the ground. I think they take a guy who's an excellent run defender. You pulled up his PFF run grade. I think it was like 7th or 8th best in the class in 2024. I'm not. Yeah. So, yeah, give me Shamar Stewart. I know Nick Scorton's the popular pick, but, yeah, give me Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, 88 defense run grade.
I was hoping that I was going to be able to make that pick, and I was going to take Jack Sawyer. I don't think that I can think of a more Packers player on the board right now than Jack Sawyer, but Shamar Stewart's a great pick.
Well, we wanted you to make it because you're eating cheese curds at the same time, so it would have been fitting straight from way back. Hey, flash that Super Bowl badge for everybody while you're here. Of course, right when I say it, you glitched out. We'll get it one more time for the fam. And then you can make this pick, Biggs.
Media bitch.
Vikings.
All right, Vikings. This is a great spot for the Vikings. They have a lot of different directions that they can go. I'm going to go ahead and go with Marion Hampton.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Running back.
Yes.
There we go. Okay, another first-round running back. Marion Hampton, North Carolina, going to be the replacement for Aaron Jones. And they really don't have too much behind him, so I get it. Got a 90 rush grade. Dude's balling. All right, let's keep it moving. Texans.
So this is another conversation I had, like, literally before we hung up. This is part of it because I told my buddy we were about to do this. Matthew Golden.
Hey, here we go. Staying in Texas.
We're talking about a guy who is rapidly climbing up draft boards because of, everybody's getting hip to what he put on film. Like it's not an accident. Everybody loved Isaiah Bond, wanted him to be the guy because he's going to run low 4.2 or whatever, people think he's going to do. But yeah, I was consistently more impressed with Matthew Golden.
Boom. Yeah, he took over in that receiving room late in the season. Okay, so we got Rams on the clock. Rams just announced last night Cooper Kupp is expected to get traded this offseason aggressively, I think the word was used, or soon. So we should expect him to be traded ahead of the free agency. I would say, in that combine, series of days, when all of the NFL teams get together, you'll start to see some conversations between some of those owners. We go Armand Mimbu here. I'm going to get Stafford a little bit more help. The guy can't move at all. And I like Mimbu. This is a guy I took for the Cowboys in one of my last mocks. 90 PFF grade this past season. The Ravens, okay, this is a team that is always knocking at the door. We may find out on Thursday when the NFL Honors happens that they have the MVP again this season in Lamar Jackson. What do the Ravens need to get over the hump here, guys?
To not lose to Patrick Mahomes. I don't know, like fast forward 10 years and teleport everybody there and leave Mahomes behind. He may still be winning in 10 years. Honestly, we don't know. I think that it's pretty obvious that, they don't have any glaring needs. At the beginning of the year, they lost 3 offensive linemen, and that gave me cause for pause as to what the running game would look like. And that factored in for me. I think that, with Kyle Van Noy getting up there, Odafe Owe and Ojabo as edge rushers, not really. Owe's a freak, and Ojabo is also solid. I'm going to say, though, that they could use some interior offensive line help. I'm going to talk about a guy that I've talked up on Titans Uncovered a bit. And I'm going to go Ariante Ursery here, Minnesota tackle.
Yeah, I've taken him also. Lions, another team that thinks they're getting closer. Maybe next year's the year. And Biggs, the Commanders are next. So if you got anyone getting queued up, now's the time. But Biggs, you want to take this Lions pick and help them get over the hump?
It was Brandon Marshall. I was going to have him make the pick. He didn't have time, but he dapped me up, so that was good.
Sweet. Hey, worth the shot.
So with the Lions on the board, they got to go Jack Sawyer if he's still there.
Yeah, he's sliding. This guy helped him.
He'd be perfect for a Dan Campbell defense.
That is sick. I hate that so much that I love it.
Yeah. Right at the position they kind of got weakened in the part of the reason they didn't make the playoff or make that deep run after losing their guys. So all right, Commanders, who you got?
Tyreek Williams.
Yeah, we got an 88 run defense grade here.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Allen's getting pretty long in the tooth, and I'm pretty sure that he could be a cap casualty. They have a ton of cap space, but they just might move on from him. I think you draft talent over need. They do have Jerzon Newton, Johnny Newton, and Deron Payne. I'm not sure what their contract situations are, but Tyreek Williams is a freak, and I really enjoyed watching him this year.
Sweet, man.
They probably should go corner. They probably honestly should go corner, but with Sandra Strill and Marshawn Lattimore, I don't know.
So we've got the Bills here who just lost Amari Cooper. They had a lot of injuries.
Is he gone?
Maybe, but let's imagine that they need a receiver, or we don't have to imagine. I'm just saying I don't think he wasn't a factor at all at the very end. So
but is that more of a thing for Joe Brady's history of not using outside wide receivers, or is that just the fact that Amari Cooper's cooked?
Yeah, I think it could be potentially age, but I'm gonna take for the Bills. I'm gonna take another Senior Bowl. Another guy from the Senior Bowl, Trey Amos.
Ooh, I like that.
Out of Ole Miss here. I'm going to get them some corner help. And he's got an 85 coverage grade there. Can help them because really Josh Allen can put up the points.
So at one point during the Senior Bowl, Amos was helped off the field. Looked like he got his knee twisted up a little bit. Not saying that that's a worrying injury at the moment, but it is something that's some exclusive scouting on my part.
I where was that before I made my pick? Hey, ultimately the real GMs, they will factor in stuff like that. So
is that your pick?
They might drop it a little bit, but anyway, who y'all got for the Eagles here? I couldn't make this pick, so go ahead.
I will gladly take this one for you, bud. I've got Ohio State edge rusher.
Love that pick.
Tuimoloau.
And then I'm forced to take the final pick. But any other thoughts on J2 Tuimoloau?
I've loved what I saw from him in the last 2 years. I think Jack Sawyer was everybody's playoff darling, especially with the strip sack touchdown to seal the game. against Texas, but I really, really like this guy's ceiling. He kind of reminds me of the Colts first round pick this year, but he's a little bit more violent than Latu, or however you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of who he reminds me of. He's a technician, but also he plays with extreme effort and violence, and that type of thing excites me. With Brandon Graham retiring for the Eagles, I think that he could step into that role pretty seamlessly, and be a contributor pretty early on a team that's, they just pride themselves on beating everybody's ass up front.
Love it, man. So I'm gonna give one more shout out to Texas here. Send another Texas player to the Chiefs in Jahdae Barron.
I knew it.
Let's go. I couldn't leave him out of the first round this time. I was regretting not taking him with my last pick once I realized my guy was injured. All right.
That was really good. That was really good TV though.
Yeah, thanks, Biggs. We're in the second round. And appreciate everybody. Like, subscribe. NFL Uncovered. Go follow on the socials, Uncovered_NFL on X, and subscribe over here on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. All right, so Biggs, you're up with the Cleveland Browns, pick 33. And so far, just so you know, that they've taken Abdul Carter so far. That was their first pick. And and I'm just going to run through the positions. You may not be able to see the board. At quarterback, we got Shadur Sanders and some other guys. We've got at wide receiver, we've got Elike Minor, Savion Williams, Xavier Restrepo, Jaden Higgins, Jack Besh. A lot of Senior Bowl guys there. Jalen Royals, Tez Johnson. A lot of receivers. Colston Loveland. We've got they got Njoku. Probably not that. O-line, but are we? Let me just say, are we taking Shadur Sanders here? This is a team that took Abdul Carter 1, and now Sanders is here with their second pick.
Not that I don't love the Shadur Sanders fall, but I don't think he's getting past the Browns here. I think that's a good pick for the Browns.
Thank you. Shadur Sanders finally off the board. Really, guys, even though he's got a good PFF grade here, what ends up happening is after a certain number of teams go by, there's teams that are on win now mode. Like, you could say that the Rams want to take him to replace Stafford in the future, especially with potential, Cup leaving and all of that. I can see it. I can totally see it. It's LA, but the LA aspect is more for Sanders liking LA, not necessarily LA wanting to still win now. This was a team that was able to make the playoffs.
Right.
So I don't necessarily think they just jam in a Shadur Sanders that's going to need time, and now they're going to be in a rebuild. Yeah, they've got Puka, but where how is this a crazy slide that Sanders made into the second round? How are you feeling?
Well, to me, that felt like this is, we foreshadowed this a bit now, right? Like we've seen that people are saying that multiple scouts don't view Shadur as a first round pick. This is an extremely weak quarterback class, and we've seen it in the past where there have been guys, Aaron Rodgers didn't slide out of the first round, but there's contention about
Fabian Washington. What is a Fabian Washington?
And then after he the number one pick, he slides 20 some odd picks. I think that this would be a really, really just big win for the Cleveland Browns. And at 33, there's no way you can argue that.
Giants on the clock, so let's get it, Biggs.
Looking at the Giants' needs, never hurts to take an offensive tackle, especially Josh Connerly Jr.
Son of a bee sting. Yeah, they've got to recover from the Evan Neal debacle. So, sure.
And you are on the clock. The Chev Tennessee Titans.
Oh, okay. All right. This is all right. Here we go. We're gonna do it. I don't know why I'm so nervous about doing it, because this is my team. I've watched a ton of this guy. I'm gonna go Landon Jackson here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Landon
Homer pick out of Arkansas.
Yeah. First of all, always remember, I despise the University of Arkansas. I just live here.
Woo, Big Suey.
Yeah. All right. So for the Jags, I'm just gonna take a quick look at their last pick. They went offensive tackle. We're gonna stick to the line here. I'm just gonna take BPA Nick Scorton. I did look at him, and I don't think I was in love with the player.
He got put in a car seat by Will Campbell, and that that gave me
so
big time cause
he'll
for
be
pause.
teammates with, dude. When I did the Will Campbell breakdown on this episode 30 minutes ago, I literally said that I was watching tape of guys going up against Will Campbell and he's just destroying them. And this is one of the guys scored.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we're on the same page here. We look, ball, and you see it. And I saw it. Yes, it is hashtag not excellent. You know, when you got a guy, but I mean, that could just be a commentary on how good Will Campbell is.
Yeah,
Landon Jackson was another guy who flashed at the Senior Bowl.
Sorry, Jags. Jags going to Jags. They take Scorton. They took Christian Kirk out of A&M. They're going to go with Nick Scorton out of A&M. So let's move on to your Raiders.
All right. I've been waiting for this.
Woo.
For their second round pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select
I know it.
Jackson Dart, Ole Miss quarterback.
Okay, let's go. Jackson Dart, 2 years with a 90+ PFF grade.
And let me just say, I'd take him at 6.
No, Biggs. You silly goose. What a silly goose.
Those who are subscribed to the Undroppables should know the name Jax Falcone, and he does his anatomy of a top 12, top 24, whatever, top 12 quarterback, top 24 wide receiver. He just put his stuff out yesterday, and it's basically minimum thresholds that they're all traits shared by the top 12 dynasty quarterbacks, and Jackson Dart fits every criteria except for 2, and those relate to touchdowns, which is a system thing. So he clears in every other aspect of his game as far as his profile, and he is absolutely worth a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. Fortunately, the steam isn't there yet, and it's still 2 months away from the draft, and he may get there eventually, especially if he has a good combine showing out. But the profile fits.
I love it, and I mean it's hard to argue because they just have been rotating through quarterbacks for years now. You want a guy who has 400 plus as his best rushing yards, over 400 yards. You want a guy that has thrown 1,500 passes in college football, that played in a Lane Kiffin RPO system, and then you stick him with Chip Kelly. Again, I wouldn't be mad. I will be really mad if the Raiders take Sanders at 6. I will be not upset at all if they took Dart at 6. Yeah, and you got to see him up close at the Senior Bowl, man. So, all right, Raiders, you got your quarterback of the future here. So we're moving on to the next pick, and let's see. We got the Patriots. So, Chev, you did this the Patriots last time. I mean, go ahead. Let's keep it going. Last time you took Ted McMillan.
Yeah, and this time I'm going to stop the slide for a Texas boy in Cameron Williams.
I like it. Tackle Cameron Williams. Yeah, he's been a nice fail-safe in some of these mock drafts to get a guy late.
Yeah, I
6'5",
think
335.
Well, so going into this year, he and Kelvin Banks were both projected to be first-round picks. Am I mistaken in saying that?
You're right. Banks is a riser.
Yeah, and so
look at Cameron Williams. He's the faller. You see this trend line here.
Yeah, so I think that just that information right there. I mean, I need to get into his film a little bit more, but I think that this is with the way that Braves builds his teams and the way, you want to ensure that you protect your franchise quarterback as much as humanly possible while giving him weapons. So this makes a ton of sense to me. I was going to go interior defensive line, but I've got a guy in mind there, but I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go with the tackle to give him a better chance to stay upright and get the ball to Ted McMillan.
Sweet. Okay, so the Bears are on the clock. This is a pick they traded with the Carolina Panthers, and they've got the new coach, Ben Johnson, the hot coach there. I'll make the pick for these guys. I know that they're going to be making some replacements. People want to see if this can be another top offense. He just had the number 3 most touchdowns of all time. There's an extra game, whatever. But maybe he tries to recreate that. I don't think Keenan Allen's there forever. You do have your Roma Dunze and DJ Moore combination. I just felt like the offense was part of the problem this past season. So I think they got to do something there. But because you have the receivers, I do think they go running back here. So I'm
Okay.
not sure if it's exactly Ben Johnson who traded away DeAndre Swift, but so far Roshan Johnson's gotten many opportunities, and it just doesn't seem like they want to fully unleash him. So for me, I'm gonna go Travion Henderson here for the Chicago Bears. Get him some speed. He can be that Sonic for the Bears. Let's go.
Love that.
Oh damn, they hate that pick. It's like they're laughing at me. No. All right, the Saints. Okay, so Biggs, you're in New Orleans at the Superdome. Go ahead, make the Saints pick.
I'm in New Orleans at the Superdome. One thing that has been absolutely 100% in focus for the New Orleans Saints and their new regime this season is they are very, very lacking in the protection department. And so we're going to go with the tackle from West Virginia.
Wyatt Milam. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. He's got a 91 overall grade, 92 pass block, 89 run block. So versatile back there. He's got some decent competition he's gone up against. So I like it. Went up against one playoff team there. All right, so we'll keep rolling. Bears are back on the clock with another pick. How about someone else take a Bears pick? So I don't have
No, you do it. I mean, let's keep it.
All right.
GM continuity. That's what his team wants.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going back to running back. Nah.
That's not what I meant.
That would be diabolical.
I love their tight end. Personally, I'm not going to mess with that at all.
I mean,
I think you got to protect
$50 million Cole Kmet, bro.
No,
pretty sure we have 3 Cole Kmet truthers here.
You've got to protect Caleb Williams, the number 1 most sacked quarterback in this past season. So this is tough. Previous picks, edge, running back. You hope Henderson takes some pressure off, but he's not going to really protect you. He's got some size. He has some ability to be able to do something, but I want to see what we can do here. Man, it feels like a little bit of a reach.
Well, that's kind of why if I was in your position, I would have taken the West Virginia tackle.
Oh, you just killed me there.
And then taking a running back. When you go back to back like that,
yeah,
or not back to back, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I thought I was leaving that problem for somebody else. Okay, so I think still at this point you just go back to a little bit of what can take some pressure off the team. I'm going to go with Donovan Izuriku. Just hope that now we can get some help on the defensive side of the ball, and I still believe in everything they've got on offense. Caleb Williams, he's just going to have to move. You don't get hit. All right. All right, Jets. You had him last time, Chev. Who you got this time?
I'm going to go with Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama.
Boom. Like it. And looks like you took Gray Zabel with that last Niners pick. But I don't care if you keep it or not, but Biggs, if you want it, go for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that the Niners are in need at wide receiver, and they take local boy Alec Ayo-Manor.
I love that.
Yeah, a lot of injuries there. Potential with Debo leaving. Cowboys are on the clock. Obviously, first pick we took Ashton Genty, and now is where I'm just going straight to Ole Miss as fast as I can.
Yeah,
give my guy Trey Harris.
Go.
Welcome to the team. Let's go. Hey, you got to take a little pressure off of CeeDee Lamb. I think this is the absolute best thing you can do. Replace the older Brandon Cooks. I still think Turpin's a good guy, but and he's a Pro Bowler. But I just don't know if we have it.
Wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm already forgetting our other guy. Turpin's a Pro. He's in the Pro Bowl.
Right. Not as a wide receiver.
I know.
But to my
point, I don't think we have a wide receiver. We don't have a wide receiver too. I don't think we have a wide receiver too. That's my point.
To my earlier point, though, you took Genty. Right now, we're in the range where you could go Caleb Johnson, you could go Quinshon Judkins. There are a ton of running back options right now. Did you really need to spend that capital and money on Genty, or could you have done something different? And then right now would be a good time to take a running back.
Cowboys Nation. That's food for thought. I've already had this exact exercise, and I've done it every which way to Sunday. But I did this. I did this for the nation. Okay, I'm hitting all of the needs because the Cowboys management, they're not going to
Raider
give you
Nation.
what you want. No, I said the Cowboys Nation's not going to give you.
There's only one nation.
Actually, I said Cowboys Nation, but whatever. Hey, Jerry Jones is not going to give you what you want, Cowboys fans. All right, he's not going to give you the coach you want. He may be the coach you need, but I'm going to give you these running backs and wide receivers you want. All right, that's all I'm saying. So Colts, who's going to take the Colts pick here?
I can do that.
Go ahead, Biggs. Go ahead.
So right here, and I mean, here's another prime example of you got a running back long in the tooth. We are in a good spot to start taking running backs, and if the Colts want a Jonathan Taylor replacement, right now is the perfect time to do that. You've got 4 guys right there at the top of the board: Scattaboo, Dylan Sampson, Caleb Johnson, Devin Neal. I feel like Devin Neal has the track record and the pedigree. Caleb Johnson is very good too. Dylan Sampson is a little bit more of a lightning guy. He's very, very small. He's going to be best in a tandem situation rather than as a lead back. And then Scattaboo is I've had him in Devy for a couple years, but he's basically a late riser. So I'm saying that right here the Colts select Devin Neal.
Yeah, great pairing with Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I totally agree. There's a ton of awesome running backs here. I would start a lot of these guys in this range, and a lot of them had a lot of carries. Even like a Harvey, like there's so many guys here. Martinez with a ton of carries. All right, Falcons on the clock. Chev, they took a cornerback Benjamin Morrison last time. Thank you for that. But who are they taking now?
We're gonna go with T.J. Sanders, defensive tackle, South Carolina.
All right. Right now, before combine, they've got him at 6'4", 290.
Be interested to see what his senior bowl. What were his senior bowl measurements?
And I'm locking you in for the pick.
Perfect.
Okay.
Pair him with an aging Grady Jarrett, and let's cook.
Cardinals took Malachi Starks in the first round.
That was. I made that pick, didn't I?
Yeah, because he was BPA. No, it was Biggs, and because he just got back on, it was just like you got to take him at that point.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Biggs, who you got here? No, you took the. Yeah, go for it.
Darian Porter, Iowa State.
Yep. I knew it. Dadgummit.
Yeah, luckily we're not going to make it deep enough to take all of your. It's almost like you're a homer for these Iowa State guys because of the quarterback. You're just so locked in on this. Go ahead and tell everybody what the quarterback's name is.
Rocco Becht, Rocco Becht, son of Anthony Becht, former NFL tight end, Iowa State rising junior quarterback. Should be a junior declare. Best quarterback profile of the 2026 class. Not named Arch Manning or Carson Beck or something else. No, I'm hugely high on Rocco. And if you start digging into the college tape of Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins, they had to be catching balls from somebody, and that was Rocco.
Yeah, can't wait. See what they got going this next season. Man, when I see Dolphins, I just think protect Tua at all costs. But
yeah. That's an unfortunate.
The hit rate of these linemen in the second round, it's just not high. As much as we like hitting a button,
I was gonna go a slightly different direction there, and I was gonna continue. I was gonna pull up my first round.
Got you. Walter Nolan, Ole Miss.
Yeah, so we're going to stay on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm going to go with Chris Paul Jr.
De'Aaron Fox?
We're going double Ole Miss.
Nice. De'Aaron Fox, nice. All right, so Bengals on the clock. Last pick, Emeka Buka. I couldn't help myself. And I think I'll stop the slide on Colston Loveland. They lost Eric All for the season. Pretty bad injury. I think he's out for this next season as well.
Yeah, it's a re-tear. It's a re-tear of the ACL that he tore. So usually that's an automatic 1 year.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with the like a Harold Fannin. I love the production, and obviously we got Arroyo rising, but I'm gonna go with Loveland here, and I think Jasicki's moving on as well. So with Higgins gone, we're we're going crazy. We're just going all in on offense with the Mecca Buka and Colson Loveland now. All right, so Seahawks.
Ole Miss, let's go. Princely Umanelum.
Nice. Going BPA there. It's a great pick.
He's their kingly pick.
Okay, so Bucks. Chev, you got us?
Got us. I got us. And I'll stop the slide for one Harold Fannin Jr., brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I should probably take this guy. Like, he does fit like more of a Jasicki type of mold of that move tight end. So for the Bucks, even though they do have Otten is not even close to the athlete of this guy, I don't think.
Right. Well, that and the fact that like they got Devin Culp, and you saw what a more athletic guy could do, and you saw what when the tight end position was featured for those first 4 weeks, or those 4 weeks when Baker didn't have Godwin or Mike Evans, he was featured. So imagine a guy like Harold Fannin, as prolific as Harold Fannin, getting that type of volume in this offense. They promoted their passing game, or their quarterbacks coach, to offensive coordinators. So I don't think that there's going to be very much change in the way that they run their offense. So this might not hit off the bat, but I think that, a year or two from now, him, Baker, he could be Baker's favorite target, with Mike Evans being close to aging out, and Jalen McMillan, kind of emerging as that, in the Godwin role, or, just he wins more downfield than Godwin did. So, yeah.
All right. For the Broncos, I'll take them. And I already gave them a receiver in Luther Burden. I think I'll just keep the tight end train rolling. I do want to take some other guys, but I'm going to get them Elijah Arroyo here, Senior Bowl riser. Just wanted to get his name into the conversation here. This guy had a big showing out party at the Senior Bowl, so even though the numbers may not be here, like what we saw there, and they seem to love tight ends there, and it's definitely something their coaches always emphasize is having one of those guys be a weapon.
I'll give you my personal scouting report from watching this guy through the full practices of the Senior Bowl sessions and during the game. Dog,
let's go.
Nobody lit up the radars of everybody who was watching the practice sessions like Elijah Arroyo did. He absolutely jumped out the stadium.
Awesome. So I have 2 teams where I selected a wide receiver and tight end combo, the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. So
yeah, we know where the value lies in this draft for you, buddy.
Yeah. Your bias is showing.
Yeah,
and I had that thought earlier. Like, we all are fantasy analysts, and we're doing like the NFL side of it, right? So we're like putting on our GM hats rather than our fantasy owner hats. But I think there's a lot to be gained from the knowledge that we have, and maybe it would be beneficial for more GMs to be playing fantasy football.
Yeah, because even though they're at the Senior Bowl for their reason, you're at the Senior Bowl for your reason. You're digging in deep, just like everybody else. So we're doing our research over here, and these are some great players that you would want to have on your team, especially for teams that are not scoring a ton of points. All right, so we'll keep it rolling. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who's next?
Me. I went Kenneth Grant at 21 here. Can you pull up the running backs for me?
Oh yeah, got you.
Yeah.
So we've got.
Oh, there it is.
This is everything you get.
There it is. Caleb Johnson, sir. You are a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Awesome. All right. I was guessing that was it, but I was like, I don't know. Is it going to go there? This is my guy, and I'm stealing your thunder, but I thought this was like smooth like a Le'Veon Bell. Speaking of Steelers.
All right. So I did 6 games of his all. Well, I did 5 games of his all 22, and if he gets a clean hole to hit, it's 6 or 7 yards. I don't think he has like the lateral agility that Le'Veon or some of the other running backs have. So he's more of a north-south downhill. I think he could be everything that you would want a back like Najee Harris to be. Like
because he actually breaks the tackles. And
he breaks tackles. He's he can he's gonna get downhill. Like he's not gonna deal like. The problem with Caleb Johnson is if he has to go if you stop his momentum when he gets the ball in the backfield, the play's going nowhere. He's not super creative. He creates at the second level. And so, if you need a guy if you think he's Le'Veon, like Le'Veon was like, all right, let me just sit, and then I can explode. Whereas he's more like a Latavius Murray or like ceiling comp. If everything goes perfect, he's a home run hitter like Todd Gurley.
Awesome.
But even Todd Gurley could not survive behind a line where he had to create behind the line of scrimmage.
I love the Tay Train shout out. Tay Train. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I mean, like he's one of those north and south guys that, like, if you let him get north and south, it could go 70.
Love that pick, man. Awesome. All right, so Chargers. I'll take this one. Get it out your way. And last pick, we for the LA Chargers, we went ahead and took Michael Williams. So got the edge help. Maybe more of a future need with some of the guys they got now. So this is where I was saying I wanted to look at the receiver / running back position for these guys, give them a little bit of help outside of Lab McConkey. And
I know you're gonna do it. Do it.
Well, I don't know if you know who I'm gonna click, because I'm gonna go Jack Besh here.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was one of the two guys right there. Like, it wasn't gonna be Xavier Restrepo, because they have a guy like Xavier Restrepo and Lad McConkey.
Yeah, Jack Best has a little bit of size. I like his contested catchability, and decent grade here. But
former LSU tight end recruit.
Yeah, but overall, great story, and he's another guy who's got that dog in him. I think he's gonna have some of the most motivation to just work this whole offseason, just cook.
Except that the Saints have drafted the last two Senior Bowl MVPs, so I think I think he goes to the Saints.
Okay, well, this is a former teammate of Quentin Johnson at TCU. So, or wait, is that right? The Saint, did I overlap? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it overlaps, and also he was teammates with Malik Neighbors. So,
and Savion.
Let me ask you guys this: do you think a fair comp for the way that he plays the ball in the air is former Charger Mike Williams?
Okay. I mean, that's
high praise, because Mike's
one of the best
ever.
But he reminds me more of Cooper Kupp.
Don't do that, because he's one of the exciting ones.
I only say that because he brings his lunch pail to work every day.
He's the first guy in, last guy out kind of guy. Yeah,
yeah. They're trying to build another LA Lakers type team. Very exciting.
No, I see a lot of the same game. Living over the middle and taking punishment, and I think both of those guys do that in pretty similar fashions.
All right, so I took Jack Besh there. Who are you going to take, Biggs, with the Packers?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, what's up? All right, hold up.
The Packers was me.
Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
Pick one, edge. I'm seeing they need a receiver, a center, edge, and cornerback.
Guess you guys know. You guys know. I almost spoiled it when you made your pick just now. And I'm gonna stop. Okay. I'm gonna stop the nonsense right now. Go ahead.
Jalen.
Click on it. Yeah.
Jaden.
My adopted son, Jaden Higgins.
Boom.
Get him in the green and gold right now.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Yeah, man. Like the pick. All right. Jaden Higgins, another Senior Bowl standout. I love that. He was the one who had he got the pass from Ollie Gordon on the trick play, in zone touchdown, followed by Elijah Arroyo 2-point conversion. All right, so Buffalo Bills. Here you go, Biggs. Who you got for us?
Xavier Watts.
All right, so Trey Amos, round 1. So sticking with defense, Xavier Watts. Did film on him. He's awesome.
The Bills traditionally are very linebacker and defensive back oriented, and their safeties at the moment. They've had one leave, and now another one is old, and they need to refurbish. So I think Watts is good there.
Refurbish. You're not wrong though.
All right, so we only got 8 picks left. Matthew Golden's, who you took.
Oh, we got breaking news.
Breaking news.
The Raiders have just traded up. I'm kidding.
All right, who are you taking for the Texans here?
Man, look, man, like taking a running back right here is talking to me like the freaking Green Goblin mask. Like I want to do it, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to resist the urge. I gotta have Quinshon Judkins right here.
Boom, the Joe Mixon replacement.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
when
I
he
think
was hurt, they
move on
couldn't do
from Joe
anything.
Mixon. Yeah, I think they can move on from Joe Mixon pretty easily with the cap situation after this year with minimal dead cap. I have to fact check myself, but yeah, I think that's it.
All right, and I did take the Panthers last time. Got Bryce Young some help. I was very tempted to take any offensive player to help him out, but resisted the urge, got him some help there. I think you leave running back alone, go back to wide receiver, see who you can help this guy with, because I've done enough of these mocks. It gets wiped out pretty quick after this. Savion, I see, is more of a gadget guy, but a huge gadget guy. Just because he might not know the full route tree. They just might have to scheme him open. Restrepo, I like the dog in him, man.
Yeah.
I think I think I have to go. What's up?
I was just going to say at this point, the way that I have these wide receivers ranked, I go Knoll, Royals, Savion. Pez Johnson is a very intriguing figure to me because he looked like possibly the best technician, and just like he had constant separation. His route running is super, super clean. The problem is he's 156 pounds. So he looked like he possibly could be the best wide receiver, not named Trey Harris or Teteroa McMillan, but he's 156 pounds.
Yeah, the very first thing you said about him getting open, that is what Bryce Young needs so super desperately, man. If any of these receivers can't just get open on their own, they shouldn't take them.
Jalen Knoll is another guy who he out of the slot. He has supreme route running skills. I comped him to Hunter Renfro, and then Jalen Royals is a little bit bigger. He's the one that I said carries his strength in his lower half. So,
all right, you convinced me. I'm going Jalen Knoll. I love the yards per route run, 2.62, and I don't want a guy who's going to be getting injured for Bryce Young. But they need someone that can get open. That's what they need. So we got Ravens on the clock. Biggs, I believe this is you. The last pick was no, this was actually Chev who took this one last. So you want to do it again?
Yeah, that's fine.
Deontay Harris, the first pick. Do you go BPA or what are you leaning for the Ravens? What do they need?
I mean, they don't really need much. I think that, you stack luxury guys, and I think that it's either going to be Jalen Walker or Kyle Kennard, and I'm going to lean towards getting the Kyle Van Noy replacement in Kyle Kennard. I think that he's a player that kind of jumped off the screen. You want to talk about guys that Will Campbell absolutely erased? Kyle Kennard Kyle Kennard and him had battles like Godzilla and King Kong. So I'm going to take Kyle Kennard here.
They also need a tight end with some gumption. I'm kidding.
Oh, brutal. All right. So Lions on the clock, and last pick, Jack Sawyer, steal. This pick, who do they go with, Biggs?
I wish I could see the board.
Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. Try to get past the chalk picks a little bit. Yeah, so still some running backs left. Some edges. Ozzy's BPA tackle. And remember, this is for the Lions.
I think that
Deion Walker, maybe.
Ooh, man, they're so chock full at defensive tackle though. That's a tough one. Like they got Levi Vuzuwarki, and then they paid Aleem McNeil $100 million. They're so talented. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. They're stacked pretty much everywhere except for.
What about Jalen Walker?
That was the first name.
Redundant.
Keep going up. Go back to the UCLA guy.
Wow.
That's not who I was thinking of. I was thinking of their
Schlesinger. He was right here. He was
right along. That's not what I was thinking of. I don't know. Jalen Walker.
Boom. It's not a bad pick, man. ADP is 32. So I have this, this is still leaning a little more need heavy, but you can see like ADP for them is 32, which is is the second best available.
Yeah.
All right. We only got 4 picks left. The final 4 Commanders.
Who are we? The Commanders.
So if we didn't
So
get a
bad.
receiver already, I want to look at receiver. I'm also interested in running back because of
So did I make this pick last time or did Biggs?
Oh, you did, Tyreek Williams. So go for it. Yeah, I wasn't doing any NFC East. That's right. Go ahead.
Man, so this is a tough one. You've got the receivers on the board available. If you'll pull that up just real quick for me.
Just receivers.
Yeah, you can go receiver and running back. That's fine. Because that's where the picks going to land for me. Man, Jalen Royals being on the board is pretty sexy. And on top of that, but we've got my guy. Wait, is Devin Neal gone?
Yes.
Oh, Devin Neal is gone. Dylan Sampson and Jalen Royals. All right, give me Dylan Sampson here.
All right. Any thoughts on the hate that Tennessee's manufactured offense for production?
I see a guy with Dylan Sampson. Like, yes, their scheme is manufactured for production because of light boxes, but I also saw him. I've seen him enough in tight spaces when the yards, like, you're gonna have to make a guy miss and make it happen with your abilities. And I saw him do that time and time again. It wasn't just because of light boxes.
We know that the least corollary aspect of a running back's profile in terms of success in the NFL is speed. However, he's going to be the fastest running back at the combine. So one of the things about the quote manufactured offense is that he hit the holes and exploded right through them and turned plays big. He's a 50+ guy, and in a limited capacity, in a specific role, similar to Jahmyr Gibbs, he's going to be a dude that just does nothing but add value to his team when he has the ball. He might not be like your 1,500 yard per season bell cow, but he's going to be an absolute weapon.
Sick. Hey, time to make a run, Commanders. Get some weapons for Daniels there. So
and we know Brian Robinson can run between the tackles. So I mean, you got your thunder and lightning combination right there.
Yeah,
and
that's a perfect Eckler replacement.
Yeah, my thought process there is Brian Robinson's going into the final year of his deal. Austin Eckler's going into the final year of his deal. You could have a guy like Dylan Sampson that you spent pretty significant capital on, and he could, if both of those guys missed time this year, and a guy running a read option with Jaden Daniels, like, this could be, he could have wide open running lanes just like he had in college, and like Biggs alluded to, he's a 50+ type of score guy. Like, he can score from 50 yards out. You're not going to catch this guy. So yeah, I went with the guy that's probably going to have a better opportunity to hit home runs in an offense that needs playmakers outside of Terry McLaurin and the Senator, Ben Sinnott.
All right. So I took the Chiefs last time. I can't take the Eagles. So Chev, you choose between the Bills or the Chiefs. Which one do you want? You want to end it for us with the Chiefs? And I just take the
I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs. That's fine.
Sweet. All right. So
but you got to give me the 3-1.
Yes, we'll give you the 3-1. All right, so Bills with their second pick in this round. They already have Trey Amos and Xavier Watts. They're tapping in on the defensive side of the ball. I don't see them going running back at all.
I feel like they need to make up for their Keon Coleman pick.
Yeah, Chiefs are going to rub that in forever, especially if they win this one. I was saying receiver last time before I made those picks, so I do think I'm going to go receiver here. I'm going to give Restrepo a shot.
No.
Let's see. Bond is the only thing that I think is close to that Xavier Worthy makeup. Not makeup as in DNA, as makeup for missing on Xavier Worthy. Like, get a speed guy. He doesn't have this. He's not as good as Worthy, but
Jalen Royals will be the Stephon Diggs replacement Josh Allen has been searching for.
yeah, I like this 3 yards per route run. You can't do the helmet scouting, but this guy he produced. So get Allen another weapon. Either way, I think he needs a receiver, and you got to take him in the second round. They're not going to be there in the third. All right, Eagles, Biggs, you got us. Real quick, not score prediction. Super Bowl prediction. Who wins? It's a 1.5 point spread for the Chiefs right now.
Eagles with the points. Chiefs money line.
All right, I'm taking Chiefs outright. Win by 2. All right, so who do you got for the Eagles to take care?
The Eagles are so hard because they are typically they are the best evaluators of talent in the NFL. So I'm gonna go with Demetrius Knight. I don't know if he fits, but he's the highest person on that board.
So hey, this is ADP is the second column, by the way.
I can't read that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
the highest BPA is Siobhan Rebel,
who tore his ACL. He tore his ACL this year at East Carolina.
Yeah, we can't do that. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to Demetrius Knight, locking it in. Boom. And then Chev with the last pick.
Second to last.
Okay.
Or as somebody likes to say, penultimate.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go ahead and take Omar Norman Lott out of the University of Tennessee.
Boom.
And Jamie Pirog, penultimate means second to last.
Preemptively. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and download that for myself for later. And yeah, guys, who's this 301 that you've been talking about?
Well, I mean, I need to know the team because the team means everything.
Well, it's the Chiefs.
The Chiefs have 3-1?
No,
yeah,
3-1?
The Chiefs have our third round pick.
Oh, right.
We traded our third round pick for L'Jarius Sneed. So if you want me to make the third round pick, I would pick Nick Amanwori.
Yeah, do that.
No. Well, okay. So who are you taking?
Nick Amanwori out of South Carolina.
Yeah, we in the draft's over. It was set for 2 rounds, but y'all can
seriously
tell me who you want.
The Chiefs have the 3-1.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes, 100%.
So who would you take, Biggs? That's all we need to know, and then we're wrapping.
Land Larison, UC Davis, go Ags.
There we go. We knew it was coming. So to recap the first round, Travis Hunter goes to the Tennessee Titans in a generational shock but not shock. Guy's good at football. And then Abdul Carter replaces Myles Garrett at the Browns. Giants take Cam Ward. We got the Patriots taking Tatario McMillan out of Arizona. We got the Jags taking Will Campbell, tackle out of LSU. Kelvin Banks Jr., another tackle, part of a run here, goes to the Raiders. Mason Graham, defensive line, goes to the Jets. Then another tackle, Josh Simmons, comes back healthy for the Carolina Panthers here. We've got the Saints, Will Johnson, quarterback, Michigan. Mike Green, Senior Bowl super riser. Bears take him. He's going to be their edge future. Gray Zabel, huge riser. Tackle goes to the Niners. You got Ashton Jeanty going to the Cowboys. Walter Nolan, Miami Dolphins. James Pierce Jr. to the Colts. We got Benjamin Morrison, Falcons. Malachi Starks to the Cardinals. And then the second half of the draft, we got Emeka Buka, Tyler Warren. That was the Bengals and Seahawks. Then we got Jahad Campbell to the Bucks. We got the Broncos taking Luther Burden, wide receiver out of Missouri. Steelers take Kenneth Grant. Michael Williams goes to the Chargers. Then the Packers take Shamar Stewart. Vikings go Marion Hampton, their second first-round running back. Then Texans keep Matthew Golden in Texas. We got Amon Membu, who goes to the Rams. We got Ariante Irsay going to the Ravens. Lions take Jack Sawyer edge. Washington takes Tyleek Williams. And then we've got Trey Amos going to the Bills. And the Eagles take JT Tuimalau, followed by the potential 3P champion, Chiefs taking Jahdae Barron. Yeah, guys, good mock. I'll let everyone see the rest of these picks here on the screen. And yes, Shedeur Sanders went with the first pick in the second round to the Browns, so they still get their quarterback of the future potentially there. But any other closing thoughts?
I have breaking news. the Chiefs do not have the first pick in the third round. That belongs to the New York Giants. So with the 65th pick in the draft, the New York Giants actually select Land Larison, running back UC Davis. And then the Chiefs go and they get Donovan Ezraku.
Nice. I'm surprised you didn't have the Raiders trade up and take that pick.
I did earlier, but in the second round.
Nice. All right, guys. So appreciate you tapping into this mock draft. Like, subscribe to NFL Uncovered. Go on Twitter as well at uncovered_NFL. Appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share. And if you've got any team that you want to cover that you're a fan of that we've got available here, then go ahead and let us know. You can message at Big Boned FFB on X, and we'll be happy to get you set up. Reach out to me. I'm Dynasty F Key and Chev90. Glad you made it with us today, man. Appreciate you guys. And
appreciate you having me, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, Biggs, enjoy the Super Bowl. He's still on Radio Row. What you got next? What's the move?
I'm waiting on the rest of the player profiler guys to get here. I've been saving the table, and then we'll see what happens. Basically, people are just kind of like wandering around. I've been waiting for the Pat McAfee show to go. I forgot what time it starts. I thought it was a 12 o'clock start on the West Coast, but that might be 9. But they haven't had anybody in their little tent area. I did see Kurt Schilling, and I did not punch him in the face. Tried to get Matthew Berry to come on, but he big timed me.
Did he
talked
really?
to Brandon Marshall. Yeah, he said he was late for something, and then he'd be back. And then he kind of, when he made his way back through, he was kind of like looking around without looking at me. And then, which, I mean, you know, maybe it was legit. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And then I talked to Brandon Marshall. He dapped me up, but couldn't stay and make a pick for us. But yeah, that's I'm efforting Rich Gannon for the Raiders Uncovered later on. I got the Raiders Uncovered coming on tonight at 8 o'clock. But that'll probably be live from my hotel room in Baton Rouge, which means red stick, Jamie.
Boom. Well, check out Raiders Uncovered tonight on this very network, and check out Titans Uncovered. Got an episode already out, and Cowboys Uncovered coming soon. We're all gonna have some post Super Bowl just content, everything. Obviously, we're gonna have the final draft order then based on the winner, and then later this month, February 27th, we've got the NFL Scouting Combine. So a lot more action to go. Stay tapped in with this, and like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.